Today I feel like doing something adrenalinic, something adventurous. No, eh? No, indeed. But if I wanted, I could do it with Mapo Tapo. Hi Alessia, hi Daniele, how are you doing? Thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Matteo. Thanks so much for having us. It's a great pleasure, of course.
So we are here to talk about Mapo Tapo. So what's that about?
Mapo Tapo, it's a venture. It's a new funded venture where we organize and design group trips for extreme sport lovers.
Wow.
And in the world, like an interesting fact is that in the world there are 25 million rock climbers and 80 million extreme sport enthusiasts, and all of them actually have pretty much the same problem. Of course, they want to practice their favorite sport on holiday, but it's not always easy, in the sense that there are two major problems. The very first one is find a friend who's actually able to climb with you or to go like and practice your favorite extreme sport with you. And the second one is about finding all the information to actually be able to go in these off the beaten track places.
Yeah, so this is where Mapo Tapo started. So at Mapo Tapo, as Danny said, we organize group trips, so trips for a small group of extreme sport lovers, and we favor places that are off the beaten track, and because we have also a strong social mission that is to reinvest in the local community and see local communities grow thanks to our favorite sports. We are very young. We launched this summer in August, so in the middle of COVID. And we already did 4 trips with people both from Italy and from the rest of the world, Europe actually, now with COVID. And we're very happy that all these first 35 customers had awesome reviews, and we're extremely happy of really finding a new group of climbing buddies and of friends.
As we were mentioning, so we're talking about extreme sports, but actually we're addressing our first vertical, which is rock climbing. So we decided to start from rock climbing, since it's a sport where we are both very passionate about. Alessia is climbing, I think, I don't know, for 20 years now.
And you are about extreme sports, and you decide to launch in summer 2020. You really must be brave to do that, and congratulations. Let me ask you, do you have packages that are pre-cooked, let's say, or you develop also tailor-made offers?
We do both. Like, that's the beauty of being a startup, that especially now at the very beginning, we typically have like standard packages. And one thing that we have standard is a network of partners that are our base camps all over the world. So of course we tend to work always with the same local partners. And to give some idea, in Italy we have places like Sicily and Tuscany, and then we have Jordan, Thailand, Czech Republic, and a lot of other places that we hope to activate very soon, as soon as travel will be possible. But yeah, we have a standard date that we suggest, but if people reach out and they want like a different number of days and they have already a group, then we try to accommodate, especially now that we are very young.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
it sounds pretty cool. Are you B2C or also B2B, meaning you develop also experiences for companies?
That's definitely something interesting, and we definitely want to look at it. But right now, as far as what's happening right now, basically we're just focusing on B2C. Especially one of the major role, which is also linked to one of the major problems that right now we're actually solving, is the need of aggregation. In the sense, literally like the need of having like multiple people from all over the world actually be able to meet other fellow climber and go climbing together. So we're kind of like working as a true aggregator, and that's basically why we're so focusing on B2C right now.
Yeah, and it's not just B2C. We are actually creating a community online so that beside the aggregation for the single trip, we really hope in the medium term to create a community where people can find a climbing buddy or buddies for other sport, even outside Mapo Tapo trips, and be a true community of climbers with an international breadth.
That's very interesting. Let's talk about people. What is that is putting together people in these that are interesting that are joining Mapo Tapo? Is it only a fact of finding the crazy thing to do because I want to feel some adrenaline, or there is something more? Is it a matter of adventure, a matter of other things?
I think there is something more. I mean, the beauty of these sports, like rock climbing, surfing, ski touring, mountain biking, is that you're really in the middle of nature. You have experiences that are very authentic, typically, with respect to a normal travel, and that become in some way part of your life. So if you're a climber, it's not that you're a climber the 5 days a month that you actually climb. You're always a climber. If you're a surfer, you're always a surfer. So I think it becomes much more than the adrenaline or the act of the sport. It's really being part of a community that share this willingness to spend time with nature, to have a really authentic experience, and to be able to enjoy, let's say, a very free way of spending the time.
That's absolutely cool, and it's nice also the idea of finding friends to do this, because I imagine if I had a girlfriend that wants to jump from an airplane, there is absolutely no way I'm gonna do that. So probably she will need somebody else, or at least she will need an organization that provides to me an alternative to do something more easy, for something more approachable. And I think that the locations that you mentioned before are like this. They would be interesting also for people that follow but may not be willing to have the adrenalinic experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, typically the sport is really at the core of our trips, but of course, within the trip, there can be people with different levels, or that I think in one of our last Sicily trip, we had a couple that was similar to the situation that you were describing. Like the guy was really, really passionate, and he wanted to climb all the time. And his girlfriend, I mean, she was a climber. She was also quite good, but she also liked the beach. Like, I mean, Sicily, it's good for many other things.
That's the right
And
compromise.
yeah, at least being in a small group of people, you could find, climbing buddy for when she wanted to be quiet, and she could join whenever she wanted. So
yeah, I mean, building on what Alice said, the fact that like the groups are quite small actually helps a lot. Also to, let's say, to try to get into the local community as much as possible without like being actually disruptive. I mean, like, you're gonna leave the community out there without, let's say, disrupted.
What is the craziest thing, crazy in the positive sense, the coolest thing that you have done till now, or that you are planning to do in the future?
you mean in terms of sports?
Absolutely.
The crazy thing. Well,
I
this
just
summer
want to say that for me, even climbing a wall in a gym would be crazy for me personally.
well, depends how you define crazy. I think the most tiring thing, for sure. I think this summer the two of us climbed the Mont Blanc from the Italian route, and I think that was very tiring. Like, it was 36 hours of like
Trekking.
on the
6 hours.
glacier.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 days and you basically never stop. You sleep at the hut where the breakfast is served at midnight. So then you need to leave at midnight to get to the top. So yeah, it's pretty wild in terms of being tiring. And then I think we also do a lot of climbing on the water that is called deep water solo, that basically you climb without rope, because if you fall in the water. And for example, in Sicily, also in our trips, you can do that. It's a very nice place to do that. And that's pretty wild because...
I mean, it feels like it's actually safer than the normal climbing, but it feels like quite wild.
Yeah, because you're just without a rope or anything, you just jump off a 10-meter cliff if you fall. So it's not you.
Of course, you need to be sure that there's deep water below it, but.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly tomorrow to Sicily by chance, but I was not planning, and I'm still not planning to do that. But it really sounds cool.
Yeah. And the cool thing in our trips is that we, as I mentioned before, we have these base camps. So in all the places we found a local climber that we really trust, and we build a strong relationship with them. And then it's the local partner that handles the trip. Even if we would love to, we don't go to our trips. We just stay behind the screens. And it's our local partners that handle this. And
to keep it as much authentic as possible. That's the idea.
Exactly. So you really have a local experience. So if you go to Sicily, you can meet our local partner if you want. He can take you climbing.
I think he would be super happy.
I will think about that. So the interesting thing, if I understand correctly, is that basically me as an end user, I go to your website, I find the different opportunities, I contact you, and you provide me the complete experience, the whole service, the schedule, the opportunities. I guess also the insurance part, which is important to have people protected and safe in the experience, and the advantage of having already the contacts in the local situation.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, we just mentioned all the let's say less. All the other benefits, but of course, insurance is actually one of them. Actually, we spent like a lot of time negotiating with the Europe assistant and insurance that was able to cover like all these activities, which
typical insurance always having the small print, excluding rock climbing.
There was an important negotiation, but yeah, of course, and also we provide, let's say, all the like in many trips, also the gear rentals is provided. Along with, of course, the knowledge of the place, which is probably one of the key asset value of all the value that we provide, because the point is literally try to cover as much as possible that information asymmetry that you have when you want to practice your favorite sport in a location that you don't know it.
I see. And let's assume I would like to take my girlfriend to for San Valentine somewhere to do an experience that you among the ones that you offer. What would you recommend me?
First question is, do you climb already, or are you beginner and your girlfriend?
Actually, I don't even have a girlfriend, so it's an hypothesis.
But no, because we have two different types of trips. One is beginner friendly, so we welcome anybody, even people that have never climbed. And of course, this trip have the local climber is a certified mountain guide. So there is also an educational side of it. You can actually learn how to climb, and it's safe even if you never climbed. And we have this, for example, in Tuscany. We will have soon in Amalfi Coast, to stick to Italy.
Tuscany would be nice.
Yeah, or in Czech Republic, but in spring, not San Valentine, I think too cold. But and then we also have other trips that instead are for autonomous climbers, where we don't have any educational part of it, and you have to be completely autonomous. Yeah. Nobody will teach you nor show you or belay you, and you just will have we will provide the accommodation, the transport, the information, the insurance, everything, but not a coach. So you're on your own in the act of climbing. We just take you to the place where you can climb.
If I were you, I would probably go in the first trip, the first time.
I see that you completely understood my profile. This channel is called eTALIANS. It's about supporting Italian startups like you. I want to give you 2 minutes to pitch whatever you need from your perspective.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. First of all, even if you're not a climber yet, do follow us on Instagram. We are called Mapo Tapo, or on Facebook. And right now we have a pretty cool initiative that let us stay afloat during this hard time with COVID, where traveling is not possible. We launched a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo to create the climbing travel guide, which is a guidebook, so an actual book covering the 50 best climbing destinations around the world. Of course, also the book has a social mission, like all Mapo Tapo, so we want to bring visibility to areas that are off the beaten track, and we will donate the profit for this to an awesome NGO.
Yeah.
So if you...
so far, actually, it's been pretty nice success in the sense that we got almost 500 people from all over the world actually supporting us within the campaign. So if you're an outdoor lovers and you're curious about it, just check it out.
Yeah, so Mapo Tapo on Indiegogo, it's called the Climbing Travel Guide. And we met already our fundraising goal within the first 20 hours. So the book will be produced. So if you actually want to support us in the campaign, you will get the book.
And I'm looking forward, and let me thank you guys for what you just said, and let me wrap up the interview.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks to Alessia and Daniele, today we learned that there are so many opportunities around the world to experience something new and to do something really, really adrenalinic and thrilling. Try that, visit their social, and see if there is any opportunity for you to join them. Thanks for watching this interview with eTALIANS. If you liked, please click the like button, follow us, and click on the bell down here to receive the notification when we release new videos. It was great to be here with you today, and see you soon. Cheers and ciao!